Hey everyone, welcome. We are here. We are live.
Again.
We are wearing toques. It's winter time.
She's wearing the toque.
It was going to be winter.
We got the heater running.
I know. Okay, we are more organized for this live than we usually are. We have it all written out. And we are going live on both YouTube channels. So Onboard Tangaroa, the never-ending sea trial, Onboard Tangaroa, exploring the world, and on our Facebook page right now, which is kind of cool that everything's coming together. So, Blaine?
As for the what was it, the questions and such, like we're gonna go through the ones from this week. As you guys noticed, we didn't do a Q&A video this week. We were doing the live instead because there wasn't a lot of questions this week. We kind of got off the main engine stuff, and the questions were considerably less. So we just decided to do a live instead, which works out pretty well. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, just post them up in the chat here. We're going to be going through some of the ones in the comments as well, but they'll come at the end. We're just going to kind of go through a few things first, and we'll get to the questions at the end. So
far, we do want to say hello to Will. Rick is on. Rick is on here. Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, you're working way too hard. We love you. And TR, we want to hear the motors run. We've heard them run lots. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to do the Q&As from the last Refit video. We'll do them first, and then we'll talk about where we are right now. We do have live tracking on our website, but we're in a really cool place right now, so we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about our time in Prince Rupert because we were there for a couple weeks, and then we're going to recap our last month because it's been a month and a half, almost 2 months since we've gone live, since July. Yeah. We're going to try to do these lives every month.
Already?
I know. But we're going to go over our favorite explorations recap with photos of where we're gone. So it's the top 10 spots. And then Blaine's going to give an update on the boat mechanicals. There's some things we have to talk about. Don't worry, it's just little minor things. And then looking ahead, what's up? We are going into October, which is crazy. And then we're going to circle back to the questions. So that's the plan for tonight. But first, let's get into the questions because we're just going to roll right in. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay. Now, what was the last video about?
That was you doing the plugs on the teak. There was the talking about getting ready for the winter,
right.
The outboard motor, things like that.
This was on the Refit channel.
Yep.
So, Pat Jones, 178. Possible carbon broke loose in the cylinder?
Maybe. It's really hard to describe.
What would that comment be about?
Oh, first? I'm assuming that's about the outboard motor. So we've got a two-stroke Yamaha that started making a ugly scraping noise, and we've kind of got it semi-retired right now until I can look at it. But yeah, it could be something like that. I don't know. I haven't even dug into it yet to kind of figure it out. Other than just a short cursory glance, but it could be anything, bearings, something broke off in there, rubbing on the flywheel, lots of stuff like that. Until I rip it apart, I don't know what it's going to be.
But we do have it on board.
We do. It's a garbage bag up
on the roof. Okay, thanks, Pat, for that awesome question. And let's go to RV Sparky, who's kind of a regular with questions, so we really appreciate it. What is your heating sources for the interior of the boat?
So we've got two. One's the Dickinson heater, which we have running right now. Actually, both of them are running right now. But the Dickinson heater is pretty much just a little drip heater. We call it R2D2. It's just a little block with a glass window in it, and it just drips diesel and burns diesel. It's kind of dirty and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to deal with, but it does belt out a really nice dry heat, and it works really well for in the main salon, short of getting soot buildup after years on the roof. But yeah, works really well for this area. And then the other one is the ITR Chinook heater, which is a 50,000 BTU hydronic unit that sits in the engine room. And it does all of our cabin heating. It does our domestic hot water. It does the defroster, the defogger for the pilot house windows. So it's kind of the workhorse for most of the boat. The Dickinson is just the ambiance and heat in the main salon.
I like the ambiance and heat. And it's really nice that you can see the flame.
Yes.
It's also, we have it on now because we need to dry out this boat. We are getting into winter. It's damp. It's cold.
And we haven't sorted all the leaks on the boat yet.
No. Halifax Bomber 2. When you remove the flathead screw from the deck, so that would be what I was doing, do you install a different type or are the screws just not needed? I wish I had the discipline you guys have. Old boats are a lot of work. Just know that straight out. If you're going to buy an old boat, especially like this one's 1969, they're going to be a lot of work. You're constantly going to maintain.
And this was a rough old boat.
Yes. As for replacing the screws, I'm not replacing them. I spoke with some people. We ripped up the upper aft teak deck. That teak is stuck. And the people who screwed down the deck way back when, the professionals that I spoke with, said the screws are there to hold the deck down initially. Once that epoxy or the sealer gets in there and holds that deck down, the screws really aren't doing anything.
Can confirm it was stuck down good.
It was so stuck down, it was really hard to get the upper aft teak deck off. So we are not replacing it, which is why I put glue in to block that hole, and then I put in the plug. And RVing since 2016, same question. He says, I must have missed something after you remove the flathead screw. What'd you replace it with? Nothing. Glue to seal up the hole going right through the aluminum.
Might have been one more question on that as well.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And then departing the fix 123. Janice, when working you read this.
When working caulking, try using soapy water. Just washing up liquid when using your finger helps cove the caulking without severely sticking to your finger.
Yeah, if you watch me caulk the decks, I use my finger. I've heard a potato works well. And you know what? Actually, departing the fix, I usually do have a cup with warm and soapy water in it with me to dip my finger before I do that. So I don't know what I was thinking that time that I forgot, but that's exactly what I usually do. Yeah.
You probably just didn't have it and didn't feel like going.
No, I was doing this. I was like.
Get a pinch.
That's what I was doing. Sailor Jerry, first time seeing any of your videos. Well, welcome, Sailor Jerry. Question. Oh, Blaine. The cost to completely overhaul and reinstall those diesels. Also, engine consumption at economical speed. How many gallons per hour? I would do the last question first.
Well, I mean, first question's easy because I don't know off the top of my head right now. We did actually do a bit of a video on that in the past, somewhere kind of in the middle to end of our Refit series videos. So you can probably find it there. I just don't remember right now what that would be. The fuel consumption one, super easy though. Right now, and I don't know if it's after the engines have broken in, they're actually working better now than what they were when they went in fresh. And we are exactly half of what the Detroits burned. We went from 9 gallons an hour at 9 knots to 4.5 gallons an hour at 9 knots. And that's total, not per engine. So per engine would be on this boat, and somebody actually mentioned this, and it makes sense to me. The port engine burns 2.2 gallons an hour, and the starboard engine burns 2.3 gallons an hour. And I was never quite sure why. And then somebody brought up the fact that on, I think it's the starboard engine, there's an extra gear in place in the transmissions because the engines spin the same direction. The prop reverse is done in the transmissions themselves. So one engine or one transmission is running in forward, one's in reverse. So on one of the two engines, there's an extra gear in there, which gives more friction to everything, less efficiency. So that's my assumption, is that on that engine, we're just running slightly more fuel because it's under a little bit more load than the other engine. But yeah, total 4.5 gallons.
And I'll answer a little bit of the question because we did speak with the professionals in the yard when we were there. They said what we did would have cost about a couple $100,000 if we had hired out for the amount of hours we spent putting the engine in. And it wasn't just the engines. Remember, we did all the exhaust, the fuel, the wiring. Like we overhauled that whole engine room. I think we're at about, if I remember correctly, around 50,000 all in.
Probably be about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the engines themselves were.
Well, the engines for the pair of them were only 10,000 for core engines.
Yeah. Oh, so, and this does not include our labor. Okay.
12,000.
Yeah.
12,000 Canadian for both of them.
32 of you guys watching right now. Thank you very much. If you could and you're enjoying this, just hit the like. It kind of helps us, and it it's fun. Anyways, more questions. You ready?
Sure.
Liam, are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Liam. Oh, Liam.
Lots of questions.
We
like it.
Liam sounds like he's going to buy an old boat.
Uh-oh.
Liam, I am curious if it was financially worthwhile getting an old boat that needed big projects like new engines, redoing electrical, etc., over buying a newer boat.
I would say yes. Yeah, 100%. New boats these days are ridiculously expensive, ridiculously expensive, and that's the only way that you're going to get everything that you want is if you buy a new boat being built and you can request every single thing that you want. If you're buying a newer used boat, chances are you're not going to get everything you want. You're going to have to make a compromise on what you're going to get with the boat. We've kind of gone the other way. We've gotten a boat that was cheap enough that we can go in and make everything the way we want it to be and still end up at a pretty good price.
Well, I think the big thing is we wanted aluminum, and it was really hard to find aluminum. And buying an aluminum new boat these days is like in it's crazy money.
They've got a local boat manufacturer here that makes aluminum boats in the like 20, 30-foot range, and they're mostly go fast stuff. And I want to say that somebody told me they were like $2 million for one of these boats. And I mean, I'm sorry, that's for a boat of that size, that is incredibly
And
pricey.
you got to remember, we're in the Pacific Northwest, so we're talking prices up here, and we're talking Canadian dollars. So I went fishing out of Prince Rupert, and we'll get into that. And I was speaking with the guy about his boat because it was a
Kingfisher.
It was a Kingfisher aluminum boat, and I'm like, I was kind of joking. I'm like, I bet you spent more money for your boat than I did for ours initially, like initial expense, not what we put into it. He paid $250,000 for his. We spent $200,000 on this one, and yes, we've gutted it, but it is 78 feet,
Yes.
and we've been able to do what we want with it.
That's right.
And the other thing, it's not even just the financial. There are so many old boats out there that need love and need homes. It's more environmentally friendly. I know it's a big stink pot. Don't worry, we are fixing some of that stuff about how much fuel we use.
Yeah.
But I think it's being able to keep these boats alive. Like when we went for the Tolly meetup, all those Tollies are old, right? Like, why do we need to put a new boat into the mix when there's old boats that need love, just a little bit of fixing up, and you've got a great boat?
Yep. And, we get a lot of comments, oh, you guys pay too much for that boat. And I think there's some misconceptions there due to location. If we went down to Florida after a hurricane, we'd be able to buy a boat dirty cheap. I mean, they're just flogging them off down there. The problem is we're in Pacific Northwest. And to get that boat from down there to up here, especially if it's not in running condition, I think DockWise priced out like 5 years ago. I think it was like $75,000 to $100,000 to transport a boat from there to here. So I mean, there goes all of your savings on buying the boat in Florida, because now you got to pay all that to get it up to where you're at up here. So yeah, it's different. Sure, you might be able to get them cheaper there. Up here in Pacific Northwest, boats don't go cheap like that.
I also recommend, if you're actually looking for a boat, Liam, buy a boat in the location you want to cruise. A lot of people don't do that. But if you want to cruise the Caribbean, buy your boat down there. If you want to cruise Mexico or Sub-Pacific or Asia, buy your boat over there, because that makes such a difference having your boat in that location. And there's brokers around here that'll help you buy boats over there. Ready?
Yes.
Liam, I hope we answered your question. By the way, Liam, thank you for all the questions you bring to us. We really appreciate it. Like, he asks some great questions. Okay, our Janie, what about Alaska? Are you still wintering there?
Oh, yes.
We are seriously... We could almost throw a stone and hit Alaska right now.
Yeah, we're really close. We're pretty much right on the border.
Yeah. And we actually, over the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk about this, we're going to be going right up the American-Canadian border, up a fjord, and we're going to talk about the history of the Alaska, Canada boundaries and stuff. It's going to be cool. And then last one, Eugene Monroe, 249. Where are you in Canada? We live in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. Are you planning on visiting Halifax, Mahone Bay, or Lunenburg, the home of our famous Blue Nose 2, right on our dimes? Come give us a visit. Blaine, that leads right into, where are we right now? Current location.
Current location, Kutsa. I can't remember. I can't pronounce it. Kutsi-Mateen. Yeah, Kutsi-Mateen Bear Sanctuary.
It's actually the first grizzly bear conservancy in Canada. That is conservancy just for grizzly bears. So yes, we're in Kutsi-Mateen, which is
only for a couple of nights.
Yeah, but where is it again? Should I just share our screen and tell them where we are?
It's just north of Prince Rupert. Yeah, share a picture. That might be easier. Stand by, everyone.
Okay, this is straight from our website, guys, by the way. If you want to see where we are that little red boat, and I will zoom out. This is Haida Gwaii, also known as Queen Charlotte, and Vancouver Island down here. So as you can see, we are within spitting distance of Alaska right now.
Yeah, that's the border, the white line just above us.
And we are way up a fjord because it's been crappy weather.
Yep, yeah, we're hiding. There's supposedly like hurricane force winds north of Hawaii, and then we have like gale force out here. So yeah, we're hiding up away from windy spots.
Oh, it's been horrible. So, hi Darren, hi Burdette, hi Paul. I was going to say hi to all the people who've joined us. Hi Conleen, River, Dom, Bome, Duke. Hi Old CB. Okay, we'll get all your questions in right at the end, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that's where we are right now. And we are planned to cross the border in, I'm thinking 2 weeks, weather dependent.
Probably around there.
Weather dependent. But we are going to tell you about our favorite places that we have visited for the Exploring the World channel, because that channel is about a month and a half behind right now. I think I'm just putting out the video for exploring an old abandoned whaling outpost in Skull Cove.
It's been a little while ago.
It's been a little while ago. That's only like a month and a half ago. You know that.
I know.
2 months ago.
Feels like we've done so much.
But we have pictures. Hey, do you remember? Okay, first one. Whoa. Do you remember where we were? We were up a river. Coots River? Coots?
Oh, that was the one just north of...
just south of Namu.
Just south of Namu.
So I think this is Coots River. I think that's what it was called. We did not expect to find a whole mine up here. So we found this old mine behind us. You can't see it, but we're basically in a massive bowl. And then Blaine found this hole, tunnel, and you could see the other end. So of course I had to go through it. Blaine wussed out. He did not go through.
I didn't wuss out. I was wearing nice new shoes. I'm not going to go.
I went through. It did stink. It was like sulfur smelling.
It was gross.
And there was fish in it though.
Were they glowing?
But no, it was a really cool mine, and we can't wait to show that video. It was really kind of cool. But that just led us up until our next place, which Blaine thought was absolutely amazing.
That's one of my favorites for sure, for exploring stuffs. Where is it?
I'm gonna hold on. I gotta look.
It's in there somewhere. We're trying to find the picture.
This one.
Oh, there we go. So this is abandoned. All of this stuff is completely abandoned. It's a town called Namu, or not even a town. It was a cannery. I guess it was a town at one point. But yeah, it's called Namu, and this particular part of it was the refrigeration plant. And I mean, there were massive compressors in here for, I'm assuming like an ice plant or something, because it was cannery. I mean, 100 horsepower electric motors that were 3 feet in diameter. Just huge, huge machinery. And probably if you hooked up power to it today, it would all turn on and run. But this whole place was just run down. You can't really notice a lot of it in this picture, because looking at this picture, it looks like it still runs. But like buildings were falling down. There was a store there that still had everything on the shelves. It had boxes of brand new fuel filters and oil filters, and they just left everything. There were houses for the people who worked there. I mean, big, huge warehousing buildings. It was nuts, like absolutely nuts. I was shocked that so much was left behind and the state that it was left behind in. It's just unreal. Absolute mad.
We walked into the restaurant that was there, and it's still all the plastic cutlery and everything. It was insane. But as you notice on our Exploring the World channel, we are really going more towards abandoned and crazy places off the beaten path that we've been finding. So that's kind of what we concentrate on that channel, and it's really cool finding these places. And Namu is going to be an awesome video when it comes out. And then the next place, Ocean Falls. You want to talk about abandoned places? So Ocean Falls is famous. And a lot of people go there, but it was an old
Was it logging or canning there?
hydroelectric dam.
Well, they have a hydroelectric, but I still
Yes.
don't know if it was logging or canning.
That hotel right there is completely abandoned. The whole town is abandoned, actually. There's about 5 people that live in downtown Ocean Falls, and then there's about 100 in this when the season is high, like summertime for fishing, that live in a little town beside it. But Ocean Falls is completely abandoned, and we were able to wander all the way through that hotel, and it was seriously a little bit apocalyptic, I would say. Like, this is what it looked like inside. And if you look out those windows, like, you could look at Tangaroa. So we did go to a dock here, great dock, and we spent 2 days exploring all through one day, all through that hotel, all 5 stories of it.
Yeah.
Finding absolutely crazy things. We can't wait to bring you that video. And then we went up to the dam, and it's really kind of cool now because the dam's power is being used for a crypto coin mining operation that a lot of the people who live in the small town beside Ocean Falls work at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've taken over the whole building over there by the hydroelectric.
It's still fully functional dam.
Yep.
I think they're only using 2 of 5 generators or something.
Yeah, but that was Ocean Falls, and we spent 3 nights there, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then the next place we went to, and you could tell them about this because this one we did not expect to find this.
Oh, this was Swanson Bay. This was was it another cannery or was it it was a
sulfite pulp
mill. Yeah. So we didn't know a lot about this. Janice read something briefly. We were looking for a place to stop between Ocean Falls or wherever we were at the time, heading up to, what was the? Buttedale. And it was getting late. We needed a place to stop. And she's like, oh, there's supposed to be this old thing here. So
there's a chimney stack.
There's a chimney stack. So we stopped there and dropped anchor, super deep water, but got a good hold and stayed there for the night. But we went ashore, and it was like, you can see the scale of this. These drums that I'm standing next to here, they were like 50 feet tall, probably 13 to 14 feet in diameter. I mean, you could walk right through them, inside of them. They were huge, and buildings, like massive concrete buildings all around that were just I mean, there's nothing left short of the buildings. I mean, there was no roofs on them. It was just the walls standing. Even where these big drums were, like, you could see where, you know, the concrete came up and there was a peak on the roof where half of it had collapsed down and the other half was barely hanging in. It was wild as well.
But no one goes there. Like, I could not find anything about this place, and there is no human trails. We were bush crashing.
Oh yeah, like forcing our way through bushes and trees. Maggie did all right. She could fit through most everywhere.
We were walking on top of those walls.
Yeah, it was pretty wild to see what was there.
And then we went to the next place. Sorry, I'm looking at Faded Out. Let's see if I can remove this. Is it this one? Nope. Nope. Sorry, people.
There you go.
Buttedale. If you look close at this picture, those are bowling pins. So this is an old cannery also. Lots of this is salmon canneries up and down this coast that we're finding. And Buttedale is the only privately owned ghost town up here, except for, I think, Kitsault too. But this is definitely a ghost town. No one is here. It is for sale. $6 million. If anybody has an extra $6 million around, you can buy Buttedale. There is a dock. You just have to contact the owner to go to the dock. But there's no power. There is a lot of water. But we went into the old canning station, and you can tell some people have camped there or tented there. But we bowled because there was pins and a bowling ball. And, of course, Blaine and I had to have a little competition, which I lost.
Royally.
He rolled a strike on those planks, which is insane. We also hiked all the way up to a waterfalls, or the dam that Buttedale has, that was using all their power for the cannery. And we also met our first boat that we met that had been to Japan, and they had done the crossing this summer. And we met Izzy and Neil on Blue Zulu, and we picked their brain that night. It was absolutely lovely, and they've just made us that more excited for Japan. So Butte was quite fun.
It was. Yeah, that was a nice hike too.
And then after that, we went. You ready for this one?
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you?
I'm so ready. Oh, that was
Burrard.
Burrard, that's right.
Burrard Bay.
Burrard Bay. There wasn't a lot at Burrard Bay. It was a small anchorage, although there was some really cool stuff we saw there. There were wolves on the beach, massive.
Okay, go back to the wolves.
Of salmon.
The wolves were going up and down the river eating the salmon.
Eating the salmon. Yeah, they were coming out. You could hear them howling in the woods.
See them running.
It was pretty amazing. But this was there. This was an old, it looked like a tugboat or something, wood boat that was, from what we learned later, purchased for salvage, and I'm assuming they salvaged what they wanted off of it, just left it where it is. So it's just fully deteriorating there. I mean, you could never really do anything with it. All the wood's pretty much rotted away. You see planks there, but I wouldn't even think about stepping on any of them.
But it was kind of cool to see. Like that was really our first big shipwreck.
Anything we can see old classic mechanical. I mean, even if it's not good for the environment, we enjoy seeing it because it's history that we just enjoy.
Now, as you can tell from these photos, we're heading north. And all these photos, each one is going to be a video that's coming out, and we go way in more depth with the history and the story about these places. And this will all be on the Onboard Tangaroa Exploring the World channel. After here, so we had a garage sale before we left Victoria. We sold a lot of stuff. But there's this one guy that came out. He was buying some things, but he also told us about his time living at a place called Athelda Bay. We weren't going to go to Athelda Bay because it wasn't totally on the inside passage. It didn't go up what people call the ditch. I can't remember what that street is
Grenville
called.
Channel?
Didn't go up Grenville Channel. So, but we wanted to go see it because he spoke so wildly about it. So we went outside the inside passage.
Yes.
Okay. To the Athelda Bay. I can't remember what the Estevan group of islands. And I will show you this. So we found this place in Athelda Bay, and there used to be caretakers there, and I mentioned their name in the video. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Tragically, the male passed away, the man, and the woman was fighting breast cancer, and they left. And they left everything in their house as is, where is. Like Blaine even found an old, what was the computer called?
Oh, Tandy 1000.
An old Tandy 1000.
Which is a computer that I grew up with. And this wasn't just like they left the house and it was all closed up and locked up. This house is half falling down. I mean, it's got grass growing in the upper floors.
This is an old radio or Cold War radio outpost, what Athelda Bay was. And there's boardwalks to walk around on. They're kind of collapsing a little bit, but they're all boardwalks all through. But it was really kind of cool to explore. But this was their pantry, and I thought this was absolutely amazing because they canned so many things, and of course they're way off the beaten track, so they had to have all these stores. But when they left the house, everything was just there. So on the left of that picture are all jars of canned items, and then there's like Costco supply stuff in there. There's flour. Like this place stunk. Don't get me wrong, like it stunk, but it was pretty wild to go through this house. And people have been in there, or maybe not people, animals.
Oh, the whole floor is covered in
everything's ripped apart. But there's old televisions, clothes, there's boots, there's food, like there's stuff in the cupboards.
Tell where people had camped there when they were kayaking through. Like it's been abandoned for a very, very long time.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So that was Athelda Bay, and we stayed there for about 3 nights because it was quite cozy. And then we went to Prince Rupert, and when we got to Prince Rupert, what did you do when we got to Prince Rupert?
I had to fly back to Victoria. There was a job that I had started in my business just before I shut it down, and I was passing that job on because I wasn't able to finish it to another person, and unfortunately they couldn't get to it. They kept postponing it, and it was always weighing on my shoulders. So I just decided to fly back, stay at the house with our son, and finish it. So I was gone for 10 days. Did get the car done. So that's gone, and that's off my shoulders.
So we stayed on the boat. For those who have just joined, I just want to let you know we are going to answer everybody's comments that are in the comments to the right at the end. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, please put them there. Also, if you could throw a like in there or a heart or something, it just really helps us out. If you're enjoying this live, we really appreciate it. Okay, so while he was away in Prince Rupert, it was my birthday week. I was turning 54. And no, people who keep commenting that I look like his mother really need to stop. I don't dye my hair anymore. It's gone a bit gray. I'm not his mother. Like, we're just going to delete those comments. It's just rude. I'm obviously not his mom.
I've just got good genetics.
Yes. Anyways, while he was away, and since you guys have noticed on our trip up, I wasn't doing very well fishing, and you'll see that. So I went fishing.
Yeah, you did.
I hired a guide that took Izzy and I fishing. I dragged poor Izzy along just because I wanted her limits, her fishing license, because you have limits. And we filled the freezer on board this boat. This is a ling cod. We caught 6 of these this size. Is that not crazy? And they're so yummy in fish tacos and everything. So that's a ling cod. And we caught 2 big halibut. So those are in the freezers. We didn't try to catch any salmon. I only wanted halibut and ling cod because actually those fish are biggest. So I went fishing. I learned so much. And he actually gave me one of his handmade lures with the promise that I would show him any fish that I catch with it. And this lure is kind of cool because it's seriously just a piece of copper pipe filled with lead with a hook on it. Like, it ain't fancy, but supposedly the copper interacts with the salt water and puts a little bit of amperage in the water, and it drives the fish crazy, and the fish bite. And they were biting.
Go figure.
And Blaine was not there. He missed out on all this lovely fishing. I think he was extremely upset.
Yeah, somebody has to work around here.
And then yesterday.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday? Day before.
Day before yesterday. Yeah.
No, yesterday morning.
It was yesterday morning. Holy smokes, time flies. Or it doesn't fly. Anyway, this was Georgetown Mill. This is just north of Prince Rupert as well. And we didn't know what to expect. We were going into this. We had seen some stuff on it, but it was an old mill. They've also had, they started off as a hydromechanical
sawmill.
Mill.
Oldest sawmill in northern British Columbia.
Yep. They started off as a hydromechanical sawmill, and I think they eventually moved up to hydroelectric. But it started in the 1800s, and throughout the forest, like you can see where we're standing, full of machines like this, just big cast iron. They just left. I mean, right where I'm standing here, there was probably 4 big saws of some shape or description just in that one area. And then there were more down by where the dam used to be. There were, fallen down houses that we were finding, but very, very cool stuff. Like, talk about history here. There was rolled up bandsaw blades.
I think this was an old planer.
Yep, old planers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're a member of our online crew through our website, you can join our membership. We actually did the Wheelhouse Weekly, which is an extra video we do every week to give them up-to-date stuff. We actually did it from here and took them through there with the camera and put that video out yesterday for them.
Yeah.
So I think for a little as $5 a month, you could get that extra video every week. But it was wild.
Yeah, that was. My eyes are open there.
Talk about the tides, though, when we went in the day before.
Oh, yeah. So we decided to go in the day before, and it was high tide. And right now we're having big tides, like 20-foot tides and the full 20 feet. So we're swinging right from 0-foot tide, like chart datum tides, to 20 feet. So we went up at the full 20-foot, and we were driving up in the tender to some of the equipment, not in this picture, but some of the other pieces. It was right up to the tree line. There was no beach. There was no place to really land the dinghy per se. We were able to get right up to the waterfall, and then we said, okay, you know what? We got to come back at lower tide and see more of this. So the next morning we came in at pretty much low tide. I think it was like a 3-foot tide or something like that. Barely were able to even get into the bay. We managed to sneak in, rub bottom on the tender a little bit coming in. And
what do you mean? You ran over a railroad track and took all the bottom paint off?
That was the first day. That was when we went to visit the wheel graveyard. But anyway, the next day it was way low. So the amount of things that we were able to see the next day, we were beachcombing and finding old shoes and bottles, and you could see all the old wood cribbing that used to be under everything that was built there. Yeah, it was.
It's gonna be a very cool video, people.
Yeah, very, very interesting place, and just the amount of history there was unreal.
Absolutely amazing. And that led us up to this morning. And we had a horrible anchorage last night. Like, we were stupid where we anchored, I think. There was current, there was wind, we didn't sleep.
A bad anchorage. It wasn't like wind or anything like that. Or sorry, waves or anything. It was good holding. It was just windy.
We dragged once.
It was just windy, really windy. It was just funneling right through there.
However, this morning, okay, so there is a ton of humpback whales in North British Columbia. Like, so many, it's like whack a whale driving around here. Like, we've had to slow the boat down in so many places because they pop up right in front of you. It's just like, just avoiding Lane yells, shit, there's a whale right there, right? Even actually the BC Ferry hit one last week. It was in the news and killed a humpback, which is tragic, but they are like all over the place. So many.
And you really get desensitized on it because you're seeing them every time you go anywhere, and you're actually getting to the point where you're cursing because you're like, I gotta drive around these things because you're not allowed to get close to them.
But we don't take them for granted. We are absolutely amazed by them. Well, this morning I was editing the video for this weekend for the Exploring channel, and I looked up. I'm like, they bubble netted right off the back of the boat. And you've got to explain what bubble netting is. You explained it the best.
Yeah. So this like 200 feet off the back of the boat, like we were right there. But bubble netting is when you get a group of humpback whales, they dive down and then they start blowing bubbles in kind of a circle. And what it does is it pins in fish, and the fish will ball together right in the middle. And then the whales come up from underneath right through the fish and eat them. But they come right up their whole mouths out of the water at the surface. So you get like 5 whales at the same time surfacing and closing their mouths right behind the boat.
And then all the seagulls dive bombing because they've been following the whales. And then there's just one lone seal that was there.
Yep, he was having a heyday.
But they did this 5 times right behind the boat.
Just all around us.
And yes, we videoed it, and we can't wait to show you because...
Yeah, I've never actually seen them do it before.
No.
This is the first bubble netting that I've ever witnessed personally.
It was absolutely amazing. Okay, your turn. For all you people who watch our Refit channel or who are watching right now on the Refit channel, give us an update.
Okay, so
on the engines, on everything, because the last thing was getting ready for winter.
First thing everybody would want to know is how the engines are doing. The engines are great. Porsche and Stella are working awesome. Haven't had any issues, well, major issues. I do have an oil leak on Porsche that's been there right from the beginning that I've got to tackle, but it's a really small one. It's just annoying, so I'll have to get to that at some point. But as far as functionality, they've been great. We've had 0 issues with them, knock on wood.
Fuel manifold.
Well, that was
how about the fuel transfer stuff? Did you fix all that?
Nope, they still lightly weep. I'll probably tackle that in the yard this winter. But yeah, I did have to do the high pressure fuel manifold right from the beginning had a leak on the high pressure fuel sensor. So I just got a new rail with a sensor built into it. It didn't take me too long to put it in. Did have an issue with that. When I went to go turn the valves back on, I turned on the wrong return valve. So I ran the engine return list, which is really bad if anybody's ever done that before. And I did invert a seal inside the shaft of the pump, which fortunately I rebuilt the pumps. So I was able to rapidly diagnose it and repair that. So yeah, that I think took me an extra probably 40 minutes to get that sorted. And back
did you replace all those that rusty little piece where we lost reverse that caused us to lose reverse?
Yeah, that was replaced a long time ago. That's just the connectors on the electrical solenoids. I had replaced the solenoids ages ago because they were I converted from 24 volt solenoids to 12 volt when we did the repower. So the solenoid didn't have any rust on it, but the connectors did. So all those connectors have now been replaced with fresh.
And how about the autopilot? Because I noticed you were hand steering today.
The autopilot had been working phenomenally ever since like Rivers Inlet. I think we got it back up and running, maybe just after that. We've been cruising everywhere with it, and it's been amazing right up until this morning or yesterday morning. We put the engine in gear and just not even, well, didn't put the engine in gear. We were driving And then there was just this horrible groaning noise. And I went down to the engine room, and I thought it was initially I thought that the engine had gotten out of alignment and it was rubbing the stern tube, because that's kind of what it sounded like, metal to metal groaning noise. So I said, shit, well, I'm going to have to do that. So I locked out the shaft, started cruising on one engine. So we're cruising along, and I turned the autopilot back on again, and all of a sudden start getting this nasty groaning noise. I'm like, what the heck? My wrench must have come loose on the shaft. I got to go down and check it. Well, I go down there. The wrench is still on the shaft. I'm like, is it the other engine doing it too? No, it was the autopilot. For some reason, I don't know if maybe the bushing at the other end, so not the motor side, but the worm drive side, must have just worn out, and it's just flopping around in there, making all sorts of horrible noise. So now we're back to not having an autopilot again. So one of our members on the channel asked if I was going to be tackling a hydraulic steering system when we were in the yard this year, and yes, I 100% will be getting rid of the shaft and chain and everything associated with it, including that horrible, terrible rotary chain drive autopilot motor. It is terrible, and I hate it.
We are scheduled to come out of the water January 5th. I'm hoping with the Refit channel, we are up to almost like 2 weeks behind or a week behind in videos, and we're going to try and make it almost a real-time video series of what we're doing this winter.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. If you're on the Refit channel, subscribe, please, so you don't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. But we got lots looking ahead. So looking ahead.
Oh, actually, I should go back a little bit.
Oh.
All the other things I've done mechanically is I've gotten the rear master stateroom door done. Well, it's not done, but it's not currently hinged. It's bolted in place.
It's not mechanical.
It is mechanical. It's not electrical. It's not water. It's mechanical.
Sorry for bugging you.
So that's done. I've gotten snap latches on the forward lockers, so they're all working properly.
And this week we're going to talk about our navigation software.
Yep.
And the ones that we've tested thoroughly for the last 5 years that we're going to trust to get us to Japan.
Yeah, and that's all been working great.
And that's coming out this weekend.
Yeah, I think that's it.
You've done lots, but you'll see the videos. We forget. We've done lots on this boat. It's constant.
Upward motor plate.
It's constant. I know. Looking ahead, over the next month, you can see from our live tracking, we are heading up the fjords. We are going to run the Portland Canal, which is the border between Alaska or United States and Canada. It goes right up the Portland Canal, which is going to be quite exciting. We're also going to some of Canada's most remote ghost towns, Anyox, Kitsault, and Alice Arm. Plus, there's an old brothel house that's kind of abandoned that we want to go find. And we're going to go look at, there's 4 USA or American storehouses that they built when they were arguing about the Alaskan-Canada border. 2 of them, the United States built on the Canada part. So after the border was drawn, they had to go back and give us the United States storehouses because the United States built them on the wrong side. But there's 4 storehouses altogether. We're going to go through the history of that and how the border was brought what.
And that wasn't confusion on where the border was. That's confusion on where they were. they were confused on what point they were looking at. So
I think they wanted that. Anyway. They were trying to expand a little bit too, is what they were saying. Oops. We're going all the way up to the towns of Stewart and Hyder. Hyder is considered Alaska's friendliest ghost town. However, they have a pub. I don't know if the bartender's ghost, but we're going to go get Hyderized, which is something about a shot you're going to take. You get a certificate and something about $20,000 walls, or everybody puts a bill on the wall. Anyways, we'll bring you along. It's going to be cool. We're going to drink some god-awful shot. I can see this coming. Yeah, likely. But lots of cool stories coming on. So if you're in the Exploring channel, please subscribe. We would love to, I think what we would love to do is get our YouTube button, because we did not expect this would happen as we're doing this journey. So YouTube at 100,000 subscribers gives out a YouTube button plaque, and it'd be so cool to have one on Tangaroa.
Yep, it's a vanity metric, but it's...
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's a total vanity metric.
It just feels good.
It does, because, we've worked hard on this, building this community with you guys, and we really appreciate the support having you with us. So,
and seeing as this started as a hobby, This worked out pretty well.
Yes,
I really
I
enjoyed it.
know. It's been a blast. Live questions. So we're going to go through the comment section. If you have any questions or comments, put them in right now. And we're going to answer as many as we can over the next little bit before we get exhausted and have to have dinner. Because we haven't had dinner yet. But it's going to be pierogies. Pierogies are easy dinner. Are you ready?
Plus, we're using Izzy's computer chair. And she
True.
wants it back.
By the way, I do want to give kudos to Rick. He was the first one here. Actually, he wasn't the first one. Will was. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Will was the first one. Right?
Yeah, well.
Yay! He's a new member. Thank you very much, Will. And then Rick was here waiting about 15 minutes.
Yeah, Rick.
Go, Rick! And then Joe came on. And we haven't seen Joe in a while because he has been working his arse off 50 to 80 hours a week. So, Joe, thank you for being here with us. Okay. Okay. We want to hear the motors run.
We just have to do a video on that.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we've had the videos running in the Exploring channel quite a bit. But yeah, we're planning on doing a video that's going to be kind of like a multi-angle.
Oh, multi-angle with the gauges going.
Yeah, with the engines running. So an outside view, an inside view of the engines, gauges, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to happen. We just haven't got to it yet.
We'll get on it, TR. Peter, hello from Germany.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter. Hello, all. William says hi.
Hey,
hi,
William.
Will. I want to see the propellers.
Ooh, that'd be tough.
Well, set got stolen. Actually, you know what, Will? If you go back into the video about in our Refit channel, it's a video that calls "Can Our Old Shafts and Propellers Be Saved?" It's there. You can see the propellers. Promise you.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to get a camera underwater for those.
No. Ruth, yeah, I think we answered that. Yeah, I hope it can be fixed too because we were spoiled with it.
It can be. Whether or not I'm going to before we redo the whole system, I'm not sure because a little difficult to get parts right now. So if it's not something that I can make or fix on board, it's going to have to wait.
You can answer this one.
So black and gray water, you have to be X amount of miles offshore to do that. 3 miles?
In British Columbia.
In British Columbia, three miles offshore to pump your gray water.
If there's no pump out station.
If there's no pump out station available to you. And there's a certain rule about how close you can be to a pump out station. And quite honestly, there's not a lot of them around here. There's even where we were in Victoria, I think there were 3 docks there, like right around us. And 2 of them had pump outs. 2 of them usually didn't have functional pump outs. No. So it's tough. And it's like, if you have to, you have to do it in the deepest part of where you are on a ebb tide. Like it's a lot of rules that go into it. But basically, you can't just pump it out in an anchorage. You have to put thought into where you're going to be. And we've got pretty big tanks.
Yeah, how big are they?
I don't even know.
1,000?
No, not that big. Hundreds though.
We can go almost 2 months.
Yeah. So we can hold on to stuff for quite a while because this boat was built as to handle quite a bit of crew and guests. So they've got big tanks, and with just the 3 of us on board, we just don't poop enough.
We also do not put anything that doesn't come out of the body down there. There is no female sanitary products or toilet paper. Anything goes down. It's all natural poop and pee.
Yeah. In the industry, we call those brown mice.
Yes. What? Oh, tampons.
Yes.
And also our gray water, it just goes overboard, but we do use Dawn dishwasher or Dawn detergent, Dawn soap. I figured if it's good for ducks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the earlier boats, they didn't run gray water tanks.
No.
So this boat doesn't currently have any gray water tanks. That's probably something that I'm going to plan to have in the future, but for now, it just does not have those.
As soon as we cross the border into Alaska, there'll be new rules. We don't know them yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, if someone's on there that knows it, that'd be awesome, but we don't. Good day from Western Australia.
Good day.
I can't wait to get to Australia.
I know, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Little cylinder squeak, lack of oil.
It's I'm assuming you're talking about the squeak on the, like, which one?
The outboard, maybe?
Maybe the outboard. It's not a squeak. It's like a
Clunk.
It's like a two pieces rubbing mechanically together, like a scrape almost. Hard to explain, but yeah, it's less squeaky, more scrapey.
TR also says pellet stoves used to be the way to go, but the price is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the problem with literally for us any other thing except for diesel is we've got to carry another fuel source, which we carry a lot of diesel. So for us, it just makes sense to use diesel. I mean, we could use propane heat, we could use wood stove, we could use regular wood.
And it's getting it all around the world.
Yeah, it's just
diesel's easy to get.
We have it on board and it's easy to use. So that's the way to go for us.
Darren says hi.
Hello.
One crew member for every 10 foot in length.
Is that how it works out for? We have less than that. We have one crew member for every 20.
Is that the average amount of people you should have on a boat? One crew member for every 10 foot of length?
Maybe.
I like our space though.
Mm-hmm.
So we could carry 8 people on here. It'd be a bit crowded in the galley. That's the only thing. Yeah. I don't like people in my galley. Paul says hello from Oregon.
Hey, Paul.
Burdette's got a question for you. Did you ever consider a small wind turbine to help charge the solar when longer period of clouds are a problem?
I've thought about it. I've looked at a few different types. Like there's the regular blade style, and then they make like an axial one, which is like a large round bit that spins that way. The blades are pretty loud, especially if you get into pretty high winds. They can be pretty noisy. Yeah. And I mean, I'm talking from years ago. I'm sure they probably made advancements on them, but it's not really something that we wanted on board for that noise. The axial ones are supposed to be a lot quieter, but I just don't know what's available for output. And not only that, usually where we didn't get a lot of wind. So, I mean, yeah, it would help when it was windy, but it was so infrequently windy that it just wasn't really worth the investment for it. But who knows? In the future, if we start getting into places where we have more trade winds kind of thing, where you could generate all the time, that might be a good option.
You know what? There was one on a sailboat that was behind me at Prince Rupert, parked next to me, and I could seriously hear it on Tangaroa.
Yeah, inside.
Inside. Yeah, it was loud. So these comments are about when we talked about getting an old boat. TR says new boats, total garbage too.
Some of them are. I've seen a lot of people get new boats and have nothing but trouble. So we're cutting out that whole section of that, and we're just starting off with something with a lot of trouble for a lot cheaper.
And St. Paul's, like, so many boats are fiberglass, and how many keels or rudders have been broken off the hull on the coast of Spain?
Yeah.
Well, those damn orcas.
Yeah. Evil orcas.
Fiberglass is also really bad for the environment.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever seen a boat fire on the YouTube also.
Yeah.
Fiberglass burns like this.
Yeah.
There was a boat, a Nordic tug that just went up in Van Isle Marina in Victoria. It burnt so fast. So makes me scared about being noxious on fiberglass.
Yeah, super noxious fumes.
Paul, I doubt if an aluminum boat got the rudder bit off by an orca, it would sink.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
I think the orcas would probably not have a good time with our rudders either. Big stainless steel plates. They're not like fiberglass rudders like you see on a lot of the boats that are getting attacked. They're big chunks of stainless steel. They might be able to bend the plate on the stainless, but I don't think they're going to be bending a 2 1/4 inch rudder shaft. So we'd still be able to steer.
Yeah, Colleen River Don Bommo Duke says, would you do an electric with a diesel generator like the Edison trucks if you had the option?
100%. It would have to be pretty modern. I mean, I'd be looking for peak efficiencies wherever I can.
It's been his dream.
I've been looking into it for years. I mean, ever since we bought this, well, maybe not ever since probably ever since we bought it. It's kind of one of those pipe dreams that I've always played around with, researching. So I've looked a lot into what's available now for electric drives, and the motors and the inverters to control them are getting really efficient these days. So that gap that we used to have between mechanical diesel and A hybrid setup is shrinking rapidly, and I think we might be at the point now where they can match or beat a standard diesel drive.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be a heck of a fun engineering exercise, but I think we've got some good technology out there.
But would we go hybrid? Yes, in a heartbeat.
Yes,
and just
absolutely.
For the environmental and for being able to, can you imagine running the boat for 3 to 4 hours without any engine sounds?
Silent. Yeah. And not only that, diesel's great and all, but with a hybrid setup, any input from power we can use to drive the boat. So if we filled the entire upper deck of this boat with solar, say get 10 kilowatts of solar up there, which I could probably pull off, maybe even a little bit more than that, then that's 10 kilowatts provided to the drive system as well, because we won't use all of that on the boat. So in times where we have peak sun out, that's directly getting input into pushing the boat. So that's coming out of the price of diesel that we're spending. So it's pretty cool. And range, obviously.
Range definitely range. Now, old CB says he got his boat for free. Come on, there is never any boat. There's no such thing as a free boat.
Yeah.
Here in Eastern Washington, it's a 1971 Land and Sea 28-foot boat. I have about 12,000 into it, mostly engine. A new 28-foot boat is $1 million. What the hell?
Yeah, it's shocking what boats cost these days.
And again,
you're
recycling a boat. That's awesome.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And for us too, and for a lot of people probably, we're not buying the boat as a status symbol. We don't care if it's pretty. We're not out here to impress people with the boat.
God, she ain't a yacht.
We're buying the boat to enjoy it and to see places that we wouldn't be able to get to without it. And the way that we have the boat, and we don't care if it doesn't look pretty. Matter of fact, for us, what we're doing, it's better not having it pretty because we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I talked to the guys on Blue Zulu, and they said, you've got the perfect boat for Japan because you're going to be docking against fishing wharves all the time, and their paint got destroyed in Japan, or you need big fenders. So the fact that we're bare aluminum, like we told you guys before, we got hit twice in Port Hardy in 3 nights. Twice. And it's like, whatever.
And we can pull up to commercial docks with tires and whatever and just not care. It's awesome.
Yeah. Paul says, if you got a boat was small enough that can be trailered, then it could be transported across the U.S. for a few thousands, I think. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they can transport some pretty big boats. So even at that, you wouldn't have to go really small.
Joe, that's mean. Are you ready to see -20 to -50 this winter in Alaska?
Sure. No. Not really.
I'm hoping it's not going to be that cold in Wrangell if that's where we're going to winter. It's still kind of up in the air. We'll let you guys know as soon as we know.
Yeah.
And yeah, Joe, we are just south of the U.S. border. You could seriously spit. We are like right there, but there is so much more to explore on this side, and not many people go all the way up Portland Canal to Hyde or Stewart, and we really want to bring you that location. So yes, it's taken us 3 months, July, August, September. Take us 4 months to get to the States, but we have seen so many cool places, and it's all about getting you guys the story and bringing you along with us.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
Hidden in a long cove. Yeah. Yes, we are. We are way up here in this grizzly conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
Will, do you plan or have you already?
Rick Dunner.
Sorry, Rick. Do you plan or have you already finishing the funnel so it can be used to draw air into the engine room but keep the water out? Oh, there's a good question, Blaine. How's that water situation? Or are you using another intake system that was already there?
So currently the stack is technically a intake system. So we didn't have time for me to finish up the ductwork post intercooler. Basically, the whole plan of that was to duct out the side vents on the boat. And the side vents are set up where if you have a wave or something splash in there, they drain out and the air's got to get in and up over a dog leg. I wasn't able to finish that yet. So for now, the air is just, I've got portholes that have been converted over to air duty for now because we're not in any dangerous offshore stuff where I have to worry about that. And there's always air pressure blowing out of those. So for now, it's just blowing out of those and air is coming in wherever else it can. So I've still got the side vents that are open. The stack is still open. And I do have to close the stack eventually. We do get some rain in there right now. It doesn't really hurt anything. It just goes into the engine room bilge. There's nothing underneath it that's an issue. It just right in the middle of the engine room floor, and then it drains into the bilge. But I do have to build a plate. Unfortunately, I can't do that just yet because the generator exhaust still goes up there. So I've got to either modify that generator exhaust for now, or my plan was to do kind of a same thing as what I got for the engines and do a hybrid exhaust setup and feed it out the side. And then that top stack can just get half plated off, and then it'll be the same thing where it'll have a gap there where the rain won't be able to get in, but the air can. So that's the plan.
That's going to happen this winter.
Yes.
When we get hauled out.
That's right. We'll be hauled out for probably 2 months, maybe more. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those projects, all the hydraulic steering, all that stuff's going to get tackled at that point.
Paul says you were smart by not stepping in the stagnant water in the mine.
I thought so.
See, I probably shouldn't have, but it was so cool.
SMRT?
Gravel trucking. See, you guys finally left the dock in Rupert.
Finally.
Because he was gone for 10 days.
Yeah.
He flew out. And then we had this reservation at this really nice restaurant for my birthday. It took 2 weeks to get the reservation. We had an omakase menu at a sushi restaurant. It was just so amazing.
Yeah, but no, after I got back, I think I was there for like 2 days.
Oh, it drove us crazy at the dock.
And we're like, we gotta get out of here. This is because not only do you have boats coming in and out, like there's a lot of ferry boats bringing like crews out to work sites or whatever. You've got a tour boat that goes out and does things, and they're all leaving like early in the morning, so firing up and waking you up in the morning. And then we had a number of storms coming through, so you wind blowing through there at like 40, 50 knots, maybe not 50 knots, maybe 30, we'll say 30 to 40 knots. So all your dock lines are like all night long. So we gotta get out of here. Plus we were getting stir crazy.
Yeah. Did you find any filters you use?
Not at Namu. No.
Oh, that's what he has asked. I'm like,
that's what he's talking about. No, there were none in our variety.
Since you're so close to the work channel, yeah, we're right there. Would it be worth the trip to cruise down it and shelter in Quantoon? It's a magical place and super sheltered. We looked at that place. We were actually going to go down in Quantoon, but we were chasing a little bit of a story, and we thought it was on this island, but we ended up last night determining that the story wasn't on that island. Anyways, there is a reason that we anchored where we were, because we were chasing a story, but it didn't happen or didn't pan out. Mm-hmm. We're not going down Work Channel because, again, the diesel use. And we already wanted to come into Kutsumateen, and seriously, Portland Canal, when we go up it's 100 kilometers up.
Something
like it is way the heck up.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of measure with diesel usage and fuel consumption and what fjords we want to go explore, the stories that are there.
Find. Yeah.
Ocean Falls has some good YouTube videos. Back in the 80s, the mill closed up and there was a lot of drama because the state wanted to evacuate everyone and they're upset about their way of life end.
Yeah, and not only that, the government went in and started destroying. They started
houses.
Tearing down houses and buildings, and everybody just, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. Ruth liked the military outpost.
That was a pretty neat place. I mean, I love stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the only thing that could have made that better for me is if the guns were still there. I mean, I just wish they would have just disabled the guns, because one of my best memories as a kid was going to a museum with my family. And it was my brother and I, and they had an old, I think it was an anti-aircraft gun where you had two people that sat on either side of the gun, and one person controlled the vertical and one person controlled the horizontal. So my brother and I were sitting in there wheeling this gun around, and I mean, I think that would have been pretty cool. But
you are going to see a lot more of those. We've been doing a ton of research, and wait until we get to the Aleutians. There is one island where there's actually still a Japanese sub on the island, a little one. So we've got so much more coming with military installations all the way up the Alaska coast. So I'm quite excited to bring you more videos like that.
Once we get over to the Pacific and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
I agree with you. Yep.
Joe, by the way, Joe's been a member of our channel for 11 months. We really appreciate it, Joe. Yeah, we do these for you. So thank you so much. We consider you a friend now. William Barry. Amazing that humans can build such stuff in these remote places. I know. And then just leave it.
That stuff yesterday. I mean, the things that were popping into my head when I was walking through were like, this is like almost akin to building the pyramids, like these big cast iron machines. I can't even imagine what these things weigh. Like how they got them, where they got them to, just floors me.
Like insane.
And
the fact that they just leave everything and like no one, like who's held accountable for picking up a lot of this stuff? It's just there. Like we looked the research into Namu, they have looked into cleaning it up. It's going to cost $2 to $3 million to clean up that cannery site. So everything's just there, going through government red tape.
At least, Georgetown Mill, it's just all old cast iron machinery. There's no real toxic stuff there. Like Namu has got a lot of toxic stuff. I mean, there's
the old gas
and asbestos and all sorts of nasty there. But yeah, Georgetown Mill was just old cast iron equipment.
Conlon River Dom Baumel Duke. Would a 24/7 external live stream for external setup be something you'd be interested in doing? Live stream off the mast or something similar?
I've actually thought of that in the past. I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be something that I wouldn't show the boat, but maybe show just looking forward out of the front of the boat or something like that.
That use a lot of bandwidth from Starlink.
Bandwidth is the problem, and we're already probably pushing Starlink for bandwidth usage, so that would be the killer for sure.
Yes, especially since we have a daughter who games and all her friends are online, her online gaming friends. So she is using a lot of bandwidth and I don't know if we could share it out. It would be kind of cool. It's also a lot more work, like just running the 2 YouTube channels and the Facebook page right now and then putting out 4 videos a week.
But that would be a live stream, so there wouldn't be any work involved. But yeah, it'd just be more bandwidth than anything.
It's a good idea. We'll shelf that. Can we shelf that? I just feel like we were in a government meeting. Let's shelve that and think about that. Okay. The biggest thing is going to be bandwidth.
Well, and I mean, the thing is as time progresses, bandwidth is going to get cheaper and cheaper. That's just the way it goes.
Steve checks in. Hi, Steve.
Howdy.
Oh, wait. And he tells me, happy birthday. Thank you. Aunt Nancy. Love you. It's good to see your comment, not your face. It's not the, you know what I mean.
It's not too.
Bad Kiwi's here.
Hey, Craig.
Patrick. Kwong. Amazing guys. Been loving the content since your last live stream. Will you be visiting Alice Arm or Kitselt on your travels? Also, will you be staying with Tangaroa in Alaska this winter?
Yes and yes.
And yes. Alice Arm, Kitselt, and Yox will be there in the next 3 weeks. If you're part of our member crew, you actually get real-time updates and pictures of and video of those places because we tend to do our Real House Weekly from there. If not, we're running about 2 months behind on our videos because we've just been exploring so many places.
And keep an eye on the live tracking because you'll be able to see when we're there.
That's on our website.
It's real time. Yep.
Right down to like the minute. You can go on our website and see exactly where we are on live tracking. And it's free. You do not have to be a member. Also, can we address a lot of the comments about our videos not being free?
Oh, yep. I mean, I don't imagine these guys have any issue with that, but we do get a lot of comments of people get a little bit cranky about members only content. They seem to think that our channel is mostly members only. The way that we've run is we've got 2 channels. We've got Onboard Tangaroa, or Exploring the World Onboard Tangaroa, and Onboard Tangaroa, the Never Ending Sea Trial. So if you don't know of one of those, because this live is going out to both those channels, so if you don't know of the other one, check it out. We do a full-length video and launch to the public every Saturday and Sunday, depending on the channel that you're watching. This is a free to the public. We don't have a membership on that.
Our members do get it early and ad-free, but they go out on Saturday and Sunday free.
That's right.
There you are.
And then we do our Q&A video typically every Thursday on the Refit channel. And I'm not sure how that's going to go. It's really going to depend on the questions now that we've kind of gotten off of the repower stuff.
It's free also.
Yep, it's free also, but we're getting less questions. So I don't know if that's going to stick around. It may or may not. It all depends on the questions. That's completely free. So the only thing that is members only is our Wheelhouse Weekly, and that is...
It's usually about a 10-minute video.
Yep.
There's no editing involved very much because it's pretty real-time update.
Yep, it's right up to where we're doing now, and it's
and it's
back to the
talking
video.
to our community, talking to you guys, right?
Yep.
And they can ask questions and just chat. It's like a fireside chat, except a lot of times we're out in the field exploring, so we're doing it from there.
But it can seem a little bit weird if you go to the channel and you see a bunch of members only content. What that is that's all of our Wheelhouse Weeklies.
Yeah.
And then we still have all of our full length videos that are not members only. They're
Yes.
always there.
So if you join membership on Fourth Wall on our website, then you get access to the Wheelhouse Weekly, and you also get both videos from both channels early and ad free. If you join our YouTube channel membership, they are separate. Depending on what channel you join, you get the Wheelhouse Weekly and that video for that channel early and ad free.
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
have no fear. Our full length videos will, as far as we're concerned, always be free.
Yes.
We don't plan to monetize those, or not monetize memberships those in any way, shape, or form.
No, we like introducing people with Northern British Columbia, the history of here right now in Alaska. Like, come with us. Like, this stuff is so cool. Many of you can't get to these places, so we want to bring it to you and bring it to your living room and entertain you and tell the story of this place. And
yeah, what else would we be doing?
No kidding. Mad Kiwi, I love the exploring side of the modern history. Thank you so much. Oh, and he sent us $10 for the diesel fund.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Diesel fund, beer fund, goes into both.
Yeah, they're intermixed.
I've experienced 22-foot tides. Yes, these tides, William, have been absolutely wild.
And it was shocking yesterday when we were sitting up on shore, looking down at the water and we were standing where we were in the tender the day before. It was just, yeah,
amazing.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see it in that video because we do videos from the high tide and the low tide. It's just insane. Was it a Robinson planer? It was from Boston. It wasn't Robinson.
It was like S.A. Woods or something like that.
What we did do, and someone mentioned or asked us to do this in a previous video, is we are getting a lot better at taking the camera and pointing them at any plates that we find.
The nameplates.
The nameplates and the age and everything, and all the list of the patent dates. So we're doing that better on the machinery, so you guys can tell us a bit more about this stuff. So we'll be your eyes and ears, and you guys can be our knowledge network and inform us what these things are. That sounds cool. Thank you for answering my questions. We love your questions, Liam. I owned a small old cat in New Zealand when I was young, and I learned firsthand that boats cost money.
Yes, they do.
I sold that and transitioned to crewing on other people's yachts, boats. Hey, it's a great way to see the world.
On somebody else's dime.
Yep. We did that. That's how we met.
Yeah.
I'm now much older, a couple countries later, and my health would not be up to doing what you do. I am happy to experience it all vicariously through you.
We're happy we can share.
And again, Liam, keep your questions coming. We love them. You really get him thinking. Pneumatic doors would be way cooler.
Yes. Yeah, they would. I'm not holding my breath on that, though.
Congratulations on... we didn't get to 100K. We're working on getting to 100,000 subscribers, Matt Kiwi. Yeah. But we did just hit 1 million views on the Exploring channel, which is going to kind of cool. Blaine, you going to put in bow thrusters?
That is currently not in the plans. We've done pretty well not having one. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be nice at some points, but the cost hasn't justified the benefit yet for us. We can do just fine without it, and that money can be spent elsewhere.
It's a good answer. Phil. Hi, guys. Phil here from Australia again. Love your site. Subscribe to all. Thank you. Thanks. That really helps. Because seriously, I think it'd be so cool to have a YouTube button. Like, I'm 54, Blaine. Yes, he is younger, but he is turning 50.
50
so
next year.
If we could get the Refit channel to 100,000 subscribers for your birthday.
Oh, don't hold your breath. That doesn't give us a lot of time. That'd be super cool.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool too, is take all our members' names and write them all over the YouTube button too.
Oh, there you go.
I know.
Totally down with that. Deface that thing.
Deface. Graham's good day from Australia.
Hello, Graham.
Matt, love from London. What time is it in these places?
That's got to be.
God bless you guys. Hi, Matt. Yes, you corrected yourself, sir. I'm kind of going in order. The trip to 100,000 subscribers would be cool. How do gray water tanks on boats work? Do they just get plumbed to the toilets or something?
So there's actually two. There's black water, which is your
Poop and pee.
effluent.
Poop and pee.
Yep, and that goes plumbed from the toilets to a tank. Usually on boats, there's the toilet, and then there's a two-way valve, and then one side of that two-way valve goes to the tank, one side goes to a seacock. So if you're offshore, you don't have to pump into your black water tank. You can pump directly overboard. Or if you're inshore areas, you can pump into your black water tank. And then that tank's got its own pump out system, so you can save it when you're offshore. Gray water is a bit different.
Gray water is like your shower and your sinks.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't get the really nasty stuff. And yeah, it's the same way. There's on newer boats, there's tanks for that hold it. They usually have a float pump out system on them. I'm not entirely sure what all the rules are behind the gray water. The older boats like Tangaroa weren't built with those, just the black water. But all the new boats come with black and gray water tanks. So it'd be something when I'm ready to do that tank, I'm going to have to.
You'd fill them up pretty quick. Like heck, even when we're in the yard, our gray water just goes out the boat onto the ground. And it's just soap, right? Maybe some food residue when Izzy does the dishes.
Yeah. Yeah, because the food goes in the garbage. So.
Joe, did we fill up in Prince Rupert cost? Okay.
We did take on some fuel. We didn't fill.
We didn't fill because we're getting hauled out in January, and we don't want the boat to be really heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Especially the stern. That's one of the big things because of the rear strap is so far forward on the boat that the T-lift guys get a little cranky if we come in with the tanks full aft, because that's a lot of overhang, and that's like 1,400 gallons of diesel and another 700 gallons of water. So we try to leave that empty when we're getting hauled out.
So we put on 400 gallons, so just over 1,520 liters, I think it was.
Yeah.
But we also had to fill up 5 jerry tanks of gas at about $100. It cost us total $2,200, which is the cheapest on all of British Columbia coast, and we're talking Canadian dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So it was $1.50 per liter to get fuel in Prince Rupert. We'd be getting 400 gallons at a time because also as we're going north into Alaska, it'll be even cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're only just, and I mean, we probably didn't even have to take on 400 gallons in Prince Rupert. We probably could have made it on what we had already, but it's just nice to have some extra there.
Yeah. Matt, I love the show. Thanks. I guess it is kind of like a show, eh?
Yeah.
And the mechanical part as well. P.S. I'm from North Bay. Matt, I'm actually from Nipigon, if you know where Nipigon is. Kind of an hour east of Thunder Bay.
Everybody?
So I'm a Northern Ontario girl too. My dad was OPP. So Rick checked in the rules for us.
Yeah.
Which is
Black
good.
Is 3 miles. Yeah. And gray water is not regulated unless in a local or no discharge zone. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought, but I couldn't remember fully. The thing about gray water that would be nice is it's good ballast. So if we put in an extra gray water tank, that's additional ballast for us.
Joe donated to the Fuel Fund too.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much, Joe. Really appreciate it. Rob, hello from Oregon.
Hey, Rob.
In case you guys are wondering how those people are doing it, that's called a super thanks. It's new to us. I just think it's amazing, and it just, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it's extremely thankful. So
it's Rob.
Rob McRae. Rob, give Tia a hug. Hey, you two, you're both amazing. We love watching your adventure. Hi. Their YouTube channel is Sailing Home.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
I think so, yeah.
So you can check them out. It's really kind of cool. Alaskan Gypsy is a good channel for you to follow. I actually reached out to them.
Yep.
They're in Wrangell right now. So I haven't heard back, but I think it'd be cool to connect with them. They've got a big steel. They're crazy. It's a big steel boat.
That is a big steel boat. Yep.
Yeah. So what are the top must-haves for cruising and the top things you thought would be must-haves that you found out or not?
I mean, for us, probably the best must-have would have been the solar. That's been great. I mean, in the summertime to be able to get out, not have to run generators and stuff when you're in acreages, that's been pretty amazing.
You know what my top must-have been?
Instant Pot.
No, those scooters. And
that's not a must. Come on.
It's not a must-have. But when you're exploring and you're going to all these places, we have 2 Honda Ruckus scooters on board. I bought them secondhand. They're old. We craned them on and off. But when you come into docks, you are always at sea level. You always have to go uphill. And usually the grocery stores are far away. So having transportation and these gas scooters are amazing. Like we have been using them every time we go to dock. They go onto the dock and we boot off them and we like, come on. It's not a must have, but they've been great for exploring.
Wait, I don't think we read the question right.
Maybe not.
We thought that they were must-haves that we found are not must-haves. Oh, see, we've answered that all wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Fail.
Top things you thought would be a must-have that you found or not.
I don't know that we've had.
Is our fire pit a must-have?
It may not be a must-have, but it's just honestly, I can't really think.
I thought I would need an air fryer. I don't use it as much.
That's true.
Don't need the air fryer. We did just get a bread maker. That was a must-have, unless you're going to. I'm not very good at kneading bread, so we've been running out of bread.
Not only that, it takes a lot less power.
It takes a lot less power than I thought. Than the oven.
Yeah.
So we did just get a bread maker in Prince Rupert, and we've been making bread. Starlink has been a must-have.
But it's the stuff that's not a must-have.
No. And what are the top things you thought would be a must-have, but you found out are not?
Oh, the top must-have. Yeah. Oh, see, double sides of that question. Sorry.
I thought the machetes would be must-have, but we've only used them once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's most of them. Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuel, definitely a must-have.
I have to think about that basket case adventures. I do love my scooters, though.
Yeah.
Those new hyper outboards look like the maintenance cost is as much as maintaining a helicopter.
Which ones are those?
The new hyper outboards.
I don't know those. The electric outboards, or
maybe. I don't know. Sorry, William, I don't know. Electric, did you consider having one engine and one motor? Would that even work?
Like side to side, or
maybe one being electric and one being diesel engine?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it side to side, but yeah, like we got to in an earlier question there, hybrid stuff for sure. Yeah,
he's designed the whole hybrid system for this boat. It's his pipe dream.
I've got parts lists. I've got notepad.
He's even calling people.
Layered out like it's. Oh, I've called people. Yep.
Yeah.
Talked to Northern Lights. Yeah.
Yes. Matt Wharton, my ex-dad, or my ex's dad, I'm guessing, converted a 55-foot tug into a liveaboard 15 years ago. It was something I've always wanted to do.
I like those old tug conversions.
Know, they're great. As long as it wasn't a wood tug. That's so much work.
That's a little tough.
If you're going to convert a boat, I've been watching a lot of people do the aluminum fish boats out here, or the old trawlers.
The old seiners.
Yeah. We met up with one conversion, which was he converted Washington Ferry, Tahoma.
Oh, yeah. We'll hopefully see them soon.
Yeah, Tahoma. Yeah, but we've seen some really cool conversions. Yeah. I think aluminum is easier, but we're aluminum snobs. I wouldn't convert a wooden boat. They're just so much work, even though they're very comfortable to sleep on.
Oh, they definitely got huge plus lists.
And fiberglass work is just a lot of work. But always know if you're going to do conversion, you're going to spend a lot of time or money if you can't do it yourself.
Yep.
Fiberglass burns like gasoline. It's black. Yep.
Nasty, nasty black.
Kubota already does the diesel hybrid boat drives.
I've seen some of those. There's another company, I can't remember right now off the top of my head, that we saw at the boat show that did one as well. But yeah, they are starting to get a little bit more into that stuff.
Yep. Paul says he's seen a couple YouTubers that have motors, but imagine that there would need to be thousands of amp hours to run it for more than an hour.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, I think I've calculated out to do 4 hours of runtime without any diesel running would be like 400 kilowatt hours of battery, which is a lot. That's like 20 times what we have.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm going to start going through these a little bit faster, guys. It's
we're
all right. Tummy's growling. It's been an hour and a half almost.
Yeah.
Wrangell ain't going to get anywhere near that.
For money for price or for diesel, maybe?
I don't know. Sorry, William, I don't know what. Did you ever consider using bigger versions of truck bunk heaters on the boat?
They do have them for the boats. We really didn't. I mean, one of the main drivers for the heater that we did get was having the on-demand hot water, which is all integrated in with that unit, which is pretty handy. So it was kind of, for us, it worked well.
Justin loves you.
Oh,
I love him too.
Thank you.
Where will you stay when you're on the hard?
Looking at it. Yeah,
We always stay on board Tangaroa on the hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah. Soon, if they let us, but I'm sure they will.
True.
Where are you getting hauled out for winter?
Wrangell, Alaska is where it looks currently.
January 5th.
Yeah.
Are you going to add solar panels?
Oh, yes.
We already have 6.
We've got 2,400 watts of solar currently. I'd like to see 10 kilowatts.
He wants to take over my hammock space.
I want to fill, honestly, if I could get walkable solar up there that produced and covered the entire deck.
There is this company in Prince George,
somewhere over there,
in northern British Columbia, that does custom size walk-on solar panels.
Yeah.
If anybody knows them,
give us a call.
First of all, we would love to promote a Canadian product, but they look so cool.
Yeah, and they're full walkable panels. So I mean, I'd cover the whole upper deck. I might still put wings out. Who knows? Like I'd want as much as I could cram up there.
Yeah. Ken is a huge fan. Thanks, Ken. Love the engine stuff, the boat projects, and the exploring. Look forward
to more.
Yes, thank you. How do you afford the fuel? Blood, sweat, and tears. No. We're transparent. We get YouTube AdSense. It just covers the fuel. I also have a pension as a police officer, and yeah, it covers it. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper to live on a boat than run a house.
And especially now that we've left.
Yeah, because we're not running cars anymore. We used to run 2 cars, which was $400 a month.
Insurance.
Each car.
Yeah.
Like cell phones are getting cheaper.
All your eating out.
Your cable, hydro.
Yeah.
You can't access Amazon. You know how much money you save if Amazon can't deliver to you?
Yes. That's been pretty huge.
Yeah, so we just don't spend it. And that's been helping a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, we just pack it away into a fuel fund, and it just sits there until we need.
But our goal with the YouTube channels was to get enough money to cover diesel, and it's doing that. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Rick says there's a ton of World War II stuff on Aleutians. I can't wait.
Yep, we are really looking forward to that.
I know. Joe, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Well, you are a friend, Joe. Jack says hi from Vietnam. Oh, hi. Jack, we are coming your way, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be over that way at some point.
Yes. Burdette members on both. Thank you, Burdette. Yes, boat definitely stands out for bring out another 1,000. A little less if you do it yourselves. Have you thought about converting to bucket drive instead of a prop? We looked at that.
Bucket drive?
Isn't that the bucket that goes around the prop? No.
Like a quart nozzle, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I 100% follow. I'll have to look that up.
Okay. Diesel and family, hello from Florida.
Hey, guys.
Rick, okay, I've subscribed to the Exploring channel now. I didn't know it was there. Thank you, Rick.
There we go.
Yes, we do have 2 channels. One is the total refit of the boat. One is Exploring and Where We Go.
Yeah.
Totally different channels, depending on what you enjoy watching. I think you did underground hydrogen bomb tests in Aleutians.
I'm not sure.
Oh, this is so much fun.
Gojira came from.
Oh, Rob said this was Tia. Okay. Hugs, Tia.
Hi. Give hugs to Rob.
How's Izzy doing?
She's doing well. She's a little grumpy right now because we've got her computer gaming chair.
But you know what's really good about Izzy is she games up late in the night, and nights like last night where the wind was picking up, we basically had an anchor watch because she was up late gaming with her friends. And she does meet her online friends, so it kind of worked in. It was like a built-in anchor watch.
And honestly, it's not that she has much of a choice. I've got the anchor watch on, and it's turned up loud enough so I can hear it in the aft stateroom, and she's sitting right next to it. So she knows if there's a problem.
Graham says, I have to use the old gas tanks when gray Blackwater went at the dock, LOL.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
However, he's having difficulty typing with gloves on. Where the heck is he?
I could see that being an issue.
Okay, guys, we're going to have to wrap this up. So Paul's quote is going to be the last one. Captain's log SV Booma. Hi, guys. We were in BC in 23 and 24 before heading to Mexico on our sailboat. I wish we had spent more time in British Columbia. So love following along from Perth. Hey, guys. Yeah.
It's a pretty amazing coast up here.
We are coming to Australia, though. So that's on our route after Japan. So it'll be lovely to meet up with you guys too.
Scroll.
Kendra, love you. What?
Just saying, scroll down quick. We'll make sure we get.
Richard, love you. Hi, folks. Richard just got here. You're a bit late, but that's okay. You're here.
Thanks. No, he probably wasn't late. It's just we only just.
That's a 6:24.
Oh, I guess a little bit late.
Yeah. How many stop options beyond Alaska? So many.
There are quite a few actually.
So many.
Once you start getting to the Aleutians, it's pretty spread out. But yeah, that's a pretty unforgiving coast up there. But
it's going to be amazing.
Places.
Mad Key, we had to go. 1:30 p.m. on Friday. Animals to feed. LOL. Enjoy. Keep the videos coming. We definitely will. And the last one is Paul. That should be the quote on your website. Do you know how much money you can save if Amazon can't deliver to you? So much.
That's a good one. That's a good quote.
So much. But yeah, it's been awesome. We're having so much fun up here, and we're having fun creating videos.
It has been. It really has. I mean, the stuff that we have seen in these last few months has been unreal. Like, just unreal.
Blows our mind, and we're so happy to bring you guys along and to share the videos with you. So thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing and supporting us. Those who are members, our online crew, we love you. We do have merchandise also on our channel that's new, or on our website, so you can check that out, like the hoodies we're wearing here, and they've got the boat outline on the back.
Or they say
engineer if you're a member. Yes, depending on your tier. Again, I'm sorry, I'm reading my paper here. It says, remind them to subscribe and join the crew for early ad-free videos and gear. Yeah, we're doing that. We are going to have toques pretty soon. They are coming out, toques and baseball hats. And we're going to try and start doing lives monthly because they're fun.
Yes, I enjoy them.
And with that, guys, it is dinner time. It's pierogi night tonight. So we're pulling out the frozen pierogies. We got sour cream and onions and bacon.
Super easy.
Yes, and hopefully when the tide goes out tomorrow, we will see some bears up here in the Conservancy. So thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys. Have a nice night.